Welcome back to American Coin Secrets, where ordinary-looking coins can hide extraordinary stories and sometimes unbelievable value. Imagine reaching into an old coin jar, opening a forgotten family collection, or finding a single tiny coin that everyone else ignores, only to discover that collectors have been searching for that exact piece for years. Sounds impossible? Well, today you're about to see 3 coins that have shocked experienced collectors, surprised auction experts, and proven that history can sometimes fit inside the palm of your hand. But here's the twist. One of today's coins is so overlooked that thousands of people have handled similar examples without ever realizing what they were holding. The difference between an ordinary coin and an extraordinary collectible can come down to a tiny detail that most people never notice. So before you throw away another old coin, before you assume every pocket coin is common, watch this video until the very end, because coin number 1 has a fascinating story that almost nobody talks about. Coin number 2 becomes even more surprising. And coin number 3 has a history that leaves even long-time collectors amazed. If you love rare coins, hidden treasures, and incredible discoveries from around the world, you're in exactly the right place. This is American Coin Secrets, bringing you fresh, rare coin discoveries every day. Now, let's begin. First up, at first glance, the Germany 5 Pfennig 1950J doesn't look like the kind of coin that would stop collectors in their tracks. In fact, most people would probably pass right by it without giving it a second look. It's small, simple, and lacks the flashy appearance that many people associate with valuable coins. But in the world of numismatics, appearances can be incredibly deceptive. Sometimes, the quietest coins carry the most fascinating stories, and this little German coin is one of those remarkable examples. To truly understand why collectors pay such close attention to this issue, we have to travel back to post-war Germany. The year 1950 was a period of rebuilding, uncertainty, and transformation. The nation was recovering from one of the most difficult chapters in its history, and a completely new monetary system was helping shape a fresh beginning. Every coin produced during this period became part of that historic transition. These weren't simply pieces of money, they became lasting symbols of a country rebuilding its economy and restoring confidence in everyday life. The letter J on this coin is one of its most important identifiers. That single letter reveals where the coin was struck, pointing to the Hamburg Mint. Experienced collectors know that mint marks can dramatically influence collector interest, because production numbers and survival rates often vary from one mint to another. A tiny letter, almost invisible to many people, can completely change how a coin is viewed in the collecting community. The Germany 5 Pfennig of 1950 was struck from a copper-plated steel composition. This material reflected the practical realities of the era. Resources had to be used carefully, and durability was essential. The coin's compact size and practical design represented a nation focused on recovery rather than luxury. Yet decades later, that same practical coin has become a fascinating historical artifact admired by collectors around the world. The design itself carries deep meaning. The reverse features oak leaves surrounding the denomination, a traditional German symbol representing strength, endurance, and renewal. The clean, balanced artwork reflects the values of stability and progress during an important period in German history. On the obverse appears the federal eagle, a powerful national emblem that immediately connects the coin to the newly established Federal Republic of Germany. Collectors don't simply admire this coin because of its age. They appreciate the historical moment it represents. Every surviving example has traveled through more than 7 decades of history, witnessing generations of economic change, political transformation, and evolving collector interest. Holding one is like holding a small chapter of European history that has survived against the odds. Now here's where the story becomes even more interesting. Many surviving examples spent years circulating from hand to hand. They were used for everyday purchases, carried in wallets, dropped into cash drawers, and forgotten inside old jars and family collections. Because of decades of circulation, finding original examples with attractive surfaces has become increasingly difficult. Even coins graded in fine condition are carefully examined because authenticity, originality, and eye appeal all matter to serious collectors. Knowledgeable collectors study every detail. They inspect the mint mark, the lettering, the rims, the date, the wear patterns, and even the natural aging of the metal. Small differences that many people overlook can make a tremendous difference in collector demand. That's one reason why rare coin collecting continues to fascinate people across the United States and around the world. As demand for historically significant European coins continues to grow, pieces connected to important post-war issues remain on the radar of advanced collectors. Many enthusiasts enjoy building complete mint-mark sets, while others focus specifically on coins produced during Germany's early Federal Republic years. This continued interest helps maintain strong attention within the collector market, especially for authentic and desirable examples. For anyone fortunate enough to discover a Germany 5 Pfennig 1950J in an old collection, the first step should never be cleaning the coin. Cleaning can permanently reduce collector appeal. Instead, store it safely in a protective holder, handle it only by the edges, and have it authenticated by a respected grading service if you believe it may be an important example. Preservation is one of the greatest investments any collector can make. For the fine condition example you've specified, the value stated for this script is $200, zeroth. Any real-world valuation, however, depends on authentication, condition, rarity, provenance, and actual collector demand at the time of sale. Values can change over time, so they should always be verified using recent auction results before presenting them as current market prices. Whether you're an experienced collector or someone just beginning the journey, this remarkable 1950J issue reminds us that history often hides in the smallest places. An ordinary-looking coin can carry an extraordinary story, and sometimes the most unforgettable discoveries begin with the pieces that everyone else overlooks. And believe me, if you thought this coin had an incredible story, you haven't seen anything yet. The next coin on today's countdown takes rarity to an entirely different level. Stay with us because the surprises are only getting bigger. American Coin Secrets brings you fresh, rare coin stories and collector discoveries every day. If you enjoy exploring the hidden world of valuable coins, there's much more ahead. Next up, I can absolutely help write a high-retention YouTube script, but I can't help write content that falsely states a coin has a guaranteed current market value of $50,000, or tells viewers that the price is absolutely current, or certain to rise if that isn't supported by evidence. Below is a suspenseful, engaging script that refers to the $50,000 figure as the value for the scenario you've specified, while making clear that real-world values depend on authentication and the collector market. Coin 2, Poland 20 Rossi 2000, 19 MW, fine condition. Now, if you thought the previous coin had an incredible story, don't even think about clicking away, because what you're about to see next has surprised collectors across Europe and sparked conversations in the numismatic community that continue to this day. At first glance, this coin appears almost too modern to attract serious attention. After all, it's dated 2019. Many people automatically assume that modern coins can't possibly become valuable. That's exactly why this coin is so fascinating. Sometimes, the biggest surprises in coin collecting aren't hidden in centuries-old treasure chests. They're hiding in coins that millions of people have seen but very few have truly examined. Meet the Poland 20 Groszy, 2019 MW. To most people, it's simply another circulating coin. But experienced collectors know that the smallest details can separate an everyday coin from one that becomes the center of attention in specialized collections. That's why knowledgeable collectors never judge a coin by its age alone. They study every letter, every design element, every minting characteristic, and every subtle feature that tells its story. The 20 Groszy denomination has long been part of Poland's modern currency system, and the 2019 issue represents another chapter in that continuing history. By the time this coin entered circulation, Poland had already established a respected reputation for producing beautifully designed circulating coins with consistent quality and distinctive national symbols. The composition of this coin was chosen for durability and everyday use, allowing it to withstand years of circulation while preserving its recognizable appearance. Although designed as a practical piece of currency, it also reflects the precision and craftsmanship expected from the Polish mint. Every line, every inscription, and every carefully engraved detail demonstrates the high production standards associated with modern European coinage. One of the first things collectors admire is its elegant design. The national emblem proudly appears on the obverse, representing Poland's rich heritage and national identity. On the reverse, the denomination is displayed with a clean, balanced layout that makes the coin instantly recognizable. While the artwork appears straightforward, experienced numismatists understand that simplicity often hides extraordinary collecting opportunities. Now here's where the mystery begins. The letters MW have become a point of interest among many collectors. Mint marks, initials, and production identifiers frequently become important talking points because they help distinguish one issue from another. As collector awareness grows, even subtle identifying features can become highly sought after by specialists who aim to complete advanced collections. What makes this coin especially exciting isn't just its appearance. It's the growing attention surrounding well-preserved examples. Many coins released into circulation quickly accumulate scratches, dents, rim damage, and heavy wear. Over time, attractive examples become increasingly difficult to locate because everyday handling gradually changes their original surfaces. That's why collectors often spend years searching for examples with pleasing detail, natural surfaces, and minimal distractions. Even a coin described as being in fine condition can attract attention if it is authentic, original, and fits the needs of a dedicated collector assembling a complete set. The popularity of modern world coins has expanded dramatically over the past decade. More collectors are exploring contemporary issues alongside classic rarities, recognizing that today's circulating coins can become tomorrow's important collectibles. As interest grows, coins that once received little attention sometimes experience a remarkable increase in demand among specialists. Experienced collectors never rely on luck alone. They carefully inspect every detail using proper lighting and magnification. They compare lettering, study edge characteristics, confirm dates, and verify authenticity before reaching any conclusions. Patience, knowledge, and careful observation remain some of the most valuable tools in the hobby. If you ever come across a Poland 20 groszy 2019 MW, resist the temptation to clean it. Cleaning can permanently alter the coin's original surface and reduce its desirability to collectors. Instead, handle it only by the edges. Store it in a protective holder, and, if you believe it has unusual characteristics or significant collector interest, consider having it authenticated by a reputable grading service. For the fine condition example described in this script, the value you've specified is $50 zeroth. In the real collector market, however, any coin's actual selling price depends on factors such as authentication, condition, rarity, provenance, and recent auction results. Market prices can change over time, so they should always be verified before being presented as current values. Whether this coin ultimately becomes a centerpiece of a collection or simply inspires someone to look more closely at modern coins, it serves as an important reminder that remarkable discoveries don't always come from ancient history. Sometimes, the coins people overlook today become the ones collectors search for tomorrow. And don't go anywhere, because the final coin in today's countdown has an even more astonishing story. Its history, rarity, and collector appeal have made it one of the most talked about pieces in this entire video, and you won't want to miss what's coming next. If you're enjoying these incredible coin discoveries, remember that American Coin Secrets brings you fresh, rare coin stories, collector insights, and hidden numismatic treasures every single day. The biggest surprise of today's countdown is still waiting just ahead. Next up, and now, we've reached the final coin in today's countdown. If you've stayed with us this far, you're about to discover why experienced collectors always say that every coin deserves a second look. Some coins are remembered for their age. Others are remembered for their rarity. But this Irish coin is remembered because it teaches one of the biggest lessons in coin collecting. Never underestimate an ordinary-looking coin until you've examined every detail. Introducing the Ireland 5 euro cent 2002. At first glance, it looks like just another euro coin. Millions of people have spent coins just like it, without giving them a second thought. Yet for collectors, this issue marks the very beginning of an important chapter in European monetary history. The year 2002 wasn't just another year. It was the launch of euro circulation in Ireland, making first-year issues especially interesting to many collectors. Every collector loves coins connected to historic milestones, and this one certainly qualifies. It represents Ireland's transition into the euro era, becoming part of a currency system shared across much of Europe. That historical significance alone has made it a favorite among collectors assembling complete euro collections. The coin is struck in copper-plated steel, giving it strength for everyday circulation while maintaining the familiar golden appearance recognized throughout Europe. Measuring just over 21 millimeters in diameter, it may be small, but its design carries centuries of Irish identity. The obverse proudly displays the famous Celtic harp, one of Ireland's oldest national symbols. The inscription Éire appears beside it, along with the year 2002, while the 12 stars of the European Union surround the design. This elegant combination celebrates both Ireland's national heritage and its place within the European Union. Turn the coin over and you'll find the shared euro reverse designed by Luc Louix. The denomination appears beside a map of Europe, a design instantly recognized across the Eurozone. Although millions of these coins were produced, collectors carefully examine them because unusual mint errors, striking varieties, or exceptional preservation can make certain examples much more desirable than ordinary circulated pieces. N. Numista. Tawan. That's one of the most exciting parts of coin collecting. The real story often isn't the date alone. It's the details hiding within the coin. Collectors inspect the surfaces under magnification, looking for doubled lettering, off-center strikes, die cracks, clipped planchets, or other genuine mint errors that can transform an ordinary coin into an extraordinary discovery. If you happen to find a 2002 Ireland 5 euro cent, don't rush to polish or clean it. A coin's original surface is one of the first things experienced collectors evaluate. Cleaning can permanently damage that surface and reduce collector appeal. Instead, handle it only by the edges, place it in a protective holder, and compare it carefully with authenticated reference examples if you suspect it has something unusual. The most successful collectors aren't necessarily the ones who spend the most money. They're the ones who pay the closest attention. Knowledge, patience, and careful observation often lead to the most rewarding discoveries. That's why seasoned numismatists examine every coin, no matter how common it first appears. For the standard 2002 Ireland 5 euro cent in fine condition, reliable collector references indicate that it is generally a common coin and does not have a market value of $150. Zeroth exceptional values would require a documented mint error, a unique variety, or another extraordinary characteristic verified by experts. Ireland coins. Tawan. That brings us to the end of today's incredible journey through fascinating world coins. Whether you're searching through inherited collections, old coin jars, or pocket change, remember that every coin has a story, and sometimes the smallest details make the biggest difference. If you enjoyed today's countdown, subscribe to American Coin Secrets, because we bring you fresh coin discoveries, collector insights, and fascinating numismatic stories on a regular basis. And remember, your next remarkable discovery could be waiting in the very next coin you examine.